I'm dreaming of a wet Christmas.
Man, New Albany sucks.
It's Christmas Eve. Hello, everyone. Just wanted to give a shout out to those who celebrate the holidays. And if you don't, that's fine too. Danny Lee OGT. Me and Greg wanted to do something special for the channel MVP, Jennifer.
You know what doesn't suck? It's Jennifer. You. You have been absolutely amazing. I was thinking, while I was at work, thinking about sort of what the highlights of the year have been as far as the channel goes. And the first thing I thought of was, pretty much you.
She requested a Christmas song by a fellow I can't remember his name, something that rhymes with itchy. So, Merry Xmas. Hope you all are having good moments today than bad ones.
Just interacting with you, your suggestions, your comments. You have added so much to the channel. You're honestly like the third member, and honestly, you probably do more work than I do. I'm not gonna lie.
And let's get to this. It's really cold. I'm in a damn tank top like an idiot. I here with my car, Judith. The neighbors are probably like, what in the hell is he doing? My little studio here.
And I'm getting paid. So maybe I should send you all of my money. Anyway, okay. I hope you have a great holiday, a Merry Christmas.
But they know I'm a little weird. It's okay. You can be weird. Just be you.
Danny and I have wanted to do this for you ever since you suggested it. We wanted to do it as close to Christmas time as possible. We have drug our feet a bit, and I apologize for that. But we are doing it now. We are doing it for you. We hope you enjoy it. Just thank you for everything that you've done. You are the 5-star general of the Aussie Army. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to all of Australia. Thank you so much.
Y'all can call this here the bloopers, whatever. Oh, Jill, shut the fuck up, man. Merry Christmas, shut the hell. Get off my car, man. What the hell are you doing, man? I am based on a true story, man. You should know this shit. Well, all decisions have consequences, buddy, but it gives us something to talk about, right? Complimenting tool, man. I love you, dude.
Merry Christmas to Australia.
Bye, Jill. Welcome. How did you like our little intro there? That was introspective.
That is true. Certainly different perspectives. A bright and sunny day and a gloomy, overcast day.
Yeah. It's going to be a bright, sunshiny day. So it is Christmas Eve for us. Let's see, it's 14 hours ahead of us, which is the farthest away time zone. Well, never mind, I know what time it is in Oz. If it's 9:43 here, it's almost Christmas in Oz. So 15 minutes, guys, which will be Christmas way after this. Reaches you all the way over there and bump up. But, yeah, so how was your night at work, Greg?
Well, by the time my crew got there, it went okay. Just waiting for them to show up was kind of stressful. This is me and one other dude that was trying to take care of a bunch of door dashes. And I didn't like turning people away because it's Christmas Eve and want to keep people happy. But yeah, at one point I had like 4 mobile orders and 5 door dashes. And it's like with just 2 people, and like they weren't small orders either. Like there's a lot of 20 pieces and a lot of crepes. So it was busy. Very, very busy. But I've got a 3-day weekend now and I got paid for it. So I'll call it a win.
Did you say 20 pieces?
20-piece nugget, yeah.
That's really funny because the, we'll call it Drac, or we'll call it, damn it. Smack heads.
Damn it.
Yeah. We call it a 20 piece. Let me get a 20 dub.
Okay. Okay.
20. Crackheads, man.
Yeah. And I can't complain too much because the nuggets are one of the few things I can still eat at McDonald's. So, I can certainly understand why people want them.
This is going to be a 20 piece Macca's Run Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Reactions. I wish this was right.
Merry
The camera's
Christmas,
always
Australia.
backward. I hate that. It's okay. I want to match Greg. Even though he's a little bigger than me, ain't he?
If you want to match me, being backwards is the way to do it. So,
backwards man. What is that? Where did that just come from, man? That's some kind of skit or something. That's a bit, is what that is.
A bit, yes.
All right, so we're going to quit running our mouth. And we're going to watch this video of Tim Minchin. That does rhyme with itching, kind of.
Yeah.
So,
Tim's a guy that's, if I'm not mistaken, pretty well known in Australia. Danny and I are not familiar with his work. I know I've seen him suggested on the Charismatic Voice Discord as well. Apparently, this is a Christmas song, a favorite Christmas song for a lot of Aussies. So that is consider this our gift to you guys. And once again, Jennifer, thank you for everything. We love you. But yeah, let's. I don't think it would be a good idea to leave your white wine out in the sun for too long. But let's see what Tim's got to say about Christmas and the holiday spirit.
Well, we should ask Maynard. Really, this is not a tool plug. Maynard knows all things wine. I mean,
he'll just talk. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I don't want to ask him at the wrong time because he'll slap me. So,
if you know anything, he said that to a guy Peretti that Sammy Hagar took him there to Maynard's winery. He said something like, "Can I touch their?" He said, "I will smack you in the mouth." Right? It was really funny the way he said it.
So deadpan.
Didn't miss a beat. Like, I will smack you. He said. So anyway, thank you, Jennifer. We have a Christmas present for you as well. We are not going to do any advertising on our Christmas reactions. So we have our Patreon up and running. We don't have any members yet, but now we do. Jennifer, Merry Christmas. You're a lifetime member. You don't have to pay nothing. We love you. So, and the rest of it is $3.33. So let's do the damn thing.
Let's do it.
I gotta turn my air on.
I keep wanting to say Munchin because that's what happens when you work at a restaurant. Like a white wine in the sun by Tim Minchin.
Munching on a Mac. Macking on a munch. Macking on a lunch to the munch. Sorry, I'm not Eminem. Let's do this. All right, we're back. Well, I don't know we left, but here we go. For you, Jen.
I really like Christmas. It's sentimental, I know.
All right, so I'm going to move my mic each time. It's a little loud when I grab it. I didn't want to do that during the performance. That way, because I'm wheezing pretty bad today. So, I'm still here.
Ah.
I really like Christmas. It's sentimental, I know, but I just really like it. I'm hardly religious. I'd rather break bread with Dawkins than Desmond Tutu, to be honest. And yes, I have all of the usual objections to consumerism, to the commercialization of an ancient religion, to the westernization of a dead Palestinian press ganged into selling PlayStations and beer. But I still really like it. I'm looking forward to Christmas, though I'm not expecting a visit from Jesus. I'll be seeing my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mum. They'll be drinking white wine in the sun. I'll be seeing my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mum. They'll be drinking white wine in the sun. I don't go in for ancient wisdom.
Well, I do like the ancient wisdom, but I get it. I know what he's referring to there. Jennifer, you know us so well. Also, I love how Oz don't get in their feelings too damn much. Point blank. It's sick how everything good gets commercialized and desensitized. It's kind of sad how things have come to be. Desensitized to everything. What became of subtlety? Tool, baby. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, so first of all, he has a very pleasant voice. He's not opening his mouth a whole lot. I've always mentioned Elizabeth has this watching mouths more than is comfortable for normal people, but yeah, he's got a very quiet, sort of light, slightly nasal sound. So what he's saying is, I like how human it is. Like, I've always liked Christmas music, even though it's swathed in religious imagery. I always liked the melodies. I think this is cool though, because this is a Christmas song that also has a nice melody, but is more about the humanity of it. I used to work Walmart. I have worked more Black Fridays than I care to mention. And so, yeah, when he talks about commercialization and the bad aspects of that, I understand. There is something really beautiful about wanting to give something to someone that you love, or to give something to someone that is in need. This gets lost when you are stampeding other humans underfoot to acquire an expensive toy to curry favor with a child or with a relationship or something like that. Meaning is definitely lost there, and I'm glad he's calling that out. There's also something like
the translation is "Don't trample each other in the store to get your damn kid a present." It's not that important.
Precisely. But I like the sort of the vocal rhythm of the song, especially like when he'll go on these sort of long stanzas that seem to go on longer than, almost like Springsteen-ish. So they go on longer than they seem to should, but it actually it makes it humorous and lighthearted. So again, I don't know if he's a musical comedian period, or if he does stand up as well, but man's got talent.
That is the kind of comedy I like. We talk about this a lot, and I don't really like the what I call stupid. I'm sorry if this is loud. I don't really like the what I call stupid comedy. Like, I'm not sure how familiar with American movies, but like these, I don't know, the Teen movie or American Pie was okay, but like things that are so stupid you're supposed to laugh. Like just repetitive, just.
Things that think that just because something is stupid that it's automatically funny. It's like, no, that's just stupid. There's nothing funny about that.
Right. Crocodile Dundee's more funny to me than something like that, or Chevy Chase, or Dan Aykroyd, or John Candy, you know, some of the greatest comedians in movies. But I guess they were comedians too. Red Fox, you know, Sanford's son. That's one of the X-rated side of a comedian. But he is David Allan Coe in the African American.
That is true.
But anyway, we'll
I
get
can
back
see
to
that.
it. Yeah, you know, the softness of his voice. Who reminds me of?
Who?
Maynard.
I just see that in the slight nasality in there. Yeah, I can actually hear that. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You're just singing about ducks or slapping people touching his white wine.
Also, all the words he's singing would relate to Maynard as well. But
Very true.
yeah,
Very true.
this is about Tim here. Little Tim, ain't that a Christmas Carol with the crutch?
Yeah, God blesses everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, what the Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim, yeah.
Tiny friggin' Tim, man. That's what I call my my buddy. My buddy.
I really like Christmas.
Sorry, even that apprehensiveness there, where he's like, don't know whether to like.
Yeah, the hesitation on the piano. Yeah.
You know, that's a great way to start this performance, to maybe take some of the, by looking nervous, it kind of takes some of the nerves off of everyone to start this. The anticipation was all blown out on the mannerisms, that's great. It's genius. Sorry.
I really like Christmas. It's sentimental, I know, but I just really like it. I'm hardly religious. I'd rather break bread with Dawkins than Desmond Tutu, to be honest. And yes, I have all of the usual objections to consumerism, to the commercialization of an ancient religion, to the westernization of a dead Palestinian press ganged into selling PlayStations and beer. But I still really like it. I'm looking forward to Christmas, though I'm not expecting a visit from Jesus. I'll be seeing my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mum. They'll be drinking white wine in the sun. I'll be seeing my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mum. They'll be drinking white wine in the sun. I don't go in for ancient wisdom. I don't believe just 'cause ideas are tenacious, it means that they're worthy. I get freaked out by churches. Some of the hymns that they sing have nice chords, but the lyrics are dodgy. And yes, I have all of the usual objections to the miseducation of children who in tax-exempt institutions are taught to externalize blame and to feel ashamed and to judge things as plain right or wrong. But I quite like the song.
I love the key changes too. That's it's brilliant. He's very talented, and I think he probably does do a lot of comedic music because the audience was like primed to laugh already. Not primed, that was the wrong word. They were already anticipating it, so that might be the right word. I don't know. I'm not like you, but sorry. Yeah, the fact that, there is no gray area, and we won't get into a big religious talk here, but yeah, the fact that you're teaching kids that, if we talk about that tree out there and why it grows, and the kid said, well, what makes it grow and what's in the dirt and how did it grow and what did it do in its life? And we said, don't worry about none of that. It's a tree, it grows, and that's it, black and white. Like wrong and right. There is a right, there is a wrong. There's a lot that happens in between.
Positive. Yeah.
So, I tried to catch that, but I didn't. Yeah, sorry, that just broke my concentration. Go ahead, OGL.
So, first of all, I think, as we mentioned before, he's not going for big ha-ha laughs. Again, he's actually just telling a very human story, and the laughter comes from the truth of it, which is, that's very good comedy, and it's much harder to do than just telling a few poop jokes and getting people to chuckle. The two things that he said here that really stuck out was, number one, just because ideas are tenacious doesn't mean that they're worthy. I love that. That is a very profound statement that should be on shirts. Yeah, there's a lot of ideas that have stuck around for, quite frankly, the wrong reasons. Then they talked about externalizing blame, which is something that, again, don't want to get into a big religious debate or discussion, but one thing that I've always had an issue with it is that there's no inner work to be done. Like, if there's something wrong with somebody, it's because of one of these two deities. You have to, this one is good, this one is bad. There's no gray area. There's no in between. And if any issues that you have come from the bad guy downstairs and they don't come from within. And your good qualities, they don't come from within either. They come from that one up there. So like you yourself are just sort of like depicted as this piece of plankton drifting about in God's sea.
To be very internalized, advertised as an internalized thing is very external.
Yeah, I will say this, like once upon a time I used to love going to Christmas Mass, especially in Maine. But oddly enough, we stopped going because it became more of a commercial for the ideology than a celebration of the seasons. And again, so everything that he's saying is like, yeah, 100%.
If you ever want to see a commercial, go to a Christian funeral. And when you take the complete meaning of what you're there for away, and it's an advertisement. That's all you need. Yeah. Oh, Joe, remind me, so we can get back to the song, to remind me about the Easter story and the point of it. I won't talk about it next time.
Easter story. Noted. My head kind of looks like an egg, so it's easy to remember.
He needs a hat, don't he? Please, don't. Just tell him. Be bald sometime. Wear a fucking hat sometimes. Love you.
I get freaked out by churches. Some of the hymns that they sing have nice chords, but the lyrics are dodgy. And yes, I have all of the usual objections to the miseducation of children who in tax-exempt institutions are taught to externalize blame and to feel ashamed and to judge things as plain right or wrong. But I quite like the songs. Not expecting big presents. The old combination of socks, jocks, and chocolates is just fine by me. 'Cause I'll be seeing my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mum. They'll be drinking white wine in the sun. I'll be seeing my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mum. They'll be drinking white wine in the sun. And you, my baby girl, my jet-lagged infant daughter, you'll be handed round the room like a puppy at a primary school. And you won't understand, but you will learn someday that wherever you are and whatever you face, these are the people who make you feel safe in this world. My sweet blue-eyed girl. And if my baby girl, when you're 21 or 31 and Christmas comes around and you find yourself 9,000 miles from home, you'll know whatever comes. Your brothers and sisters and me and your mum will be waiting for you in the sun whenever you come. Your brothers and sisters, your aunts and your uncles, your grandparents, cousins, and me and your mum will be waiting for you in the sun, drinking white wine in the sun. Darling, when Christmas comes, we'll be waiting for you in the sun, drinking white wine in the sun, waiting for you in the sun.
Nice diphthong there. I didn't. I let it go because I didn't want it to. It was ascending, so
Yeah.
like on our way to heaven. But I love the lyric. Basically, we're all one, and we'll be waiting for you in the sun. But what I think the original reference to the Son of God is the sun that keeps us warm, that keeps us from the dark, that defeats the darkness every day. It's a battle of light and dark every day. And that brings me to the Easter story I was talking about. It's a short little story of how one person cannot make a village prosper. It takes the whole village. And the true meaning of Christmas was lost in time because it was more about the gathering of people to rejoice with each other and get ready for the long coming winter, because things were not as abundant and prosperous as they are now. So your friends who didn't have as much to maybe make it through the winter, you would bring them gifts and tokens of love to help them through their struggles. This is, from my understanding, where the original meaning of giving gifts on Christmas came from. Because it's spring equinox is actually happens to fall on the same day. It's when the days are shorter and the nights are longer and everything's colder and everything dies. But it is rejuvenated and resurrected on the summer solstice. Somebody getting them wrong, but Easter. So, yeah, that's my story.
A couple things. First of all, he really does look like a character in a Tim Burton movie. Like if Beetlejuice were to walk into like a bar with a dude playing piano, he looked like that. And like again, that's. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's like the Piano Man, Elton John, with looking like Beetlejuice.
And that's not an insult. That's he's got a
No,
very distinct look,
great.
and that definitely helps. To go on with what Danny said, I always did think that inherently the hidden meaning is simply that winter is coming, and not only are you giving people gifts and getting together to sort of make sure that everyone can survive, but you're also taking everyone's mind off with the songs, with the celebration. You're basically celebrating life at a time when life is not nearly as abundant, when the plants are dying, when the ground is a bit more bare, when it's basically just so that it's an injection of joy to keep people's minds off the fact that a heavy time is coming. If I'm not mistaken, they used to essentially tell time by winters. Like I've heard, you know, um, I realize comes from a fantasy, but it's someone has said, okay, some of these people have seen too many winters or too few. So it used to be if you survived a winter, that was almost like a mark of strength or endurance or uh, competence. And if you survive many of them, that is to be held in high esteem. And as you go through more of them, they will eventually wear down on you. But I always figure like the nature of the songs, the giving of gifts, it is just to help people through a time that can be very taxing. I grew up in Maine. Christmas was amazing then, but it was like 10 below, so it looked beautiful. But you better not stay outside for too long. But Dad took me out to cut firewood. The whole town was decorated. There's a big tree in Times Square. So even though okay, I can't go outside and play nearly as much. The trees aren't as pretty and that sort of thing. There's still all of this light. There's still all of this beauty. And of course, as he was mentioning about his baby girl, it's all about family. I think when you have kids, and I don't, but when my nephew was born, Christmas kind of got an injection of energy because then I feel like, okay, now I can make him happy. I can bring him things. There's another reason to go over to my sister's house. Um, okay, one last thing. I swear to God, we'll get back to Tim. I had a very small window of time when I believed in Santa Claus, and it was pretty much dropped on me. Okay, no, they're just gifts that are being bought to you by your family. I thought that was better. I thought it was much better that the idea that the people that I love were giving me gifts and some random dude from the North Pole whom I've never even seen. Because even back then, I was a suspicious little guy. I'm like, do I really want to open something from this dude that just came down my chimney without, the whole thing seemed a bit weird. I could look back now and think, okay, that's fun. But like, I just love the idea that these gifts are being given by people that I love, people that I've lived with, people that knew me. I think that's a much better idea than telling people that the stranger comes into your house through the chimney and just leaves random stuff. That's kind of
we know where that story originated.
Yeah.
The pineal gland, the
yeah.
sacred secretion that comes down their spine, the Santa Claus, the claustrum in your mind, the claustrum in your brain.
Yeah, I was 6, so that was past my knowledge threshold at that point. But yeah,
I wouldn't talk to the 6-year-old you.
But yeah, Christmas has always been about family, and that's what it should be about: family and friends. Family and friends. I'm happy to be here Christmas Eve doing this week.
Thank you for that. Yeah. Every Christmas isn't about family. But.
That is true. That's true. So, I mean, Mom's sleeping in here. I'm here doing a reaction with my boy Danny Lee OGT. Perfect way to spend a Christmas Eve. So, and with all you guys in Australia, all around the world, it's amazing. So, hoping everyone's having a great holiday season. Hope you're enjoying listening to us babble on and on and on and on. And on that note, Annie, let us continue.
All right, we'll go back. The vocal performance is amazing too. The guy is great. I mean,
he is really talented. Great pianist, great singer. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are other instruments. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying there aren't, but primarily, it's rather hard to make a song with just one instrument other than a piano or a guitar. It's something special when a person sits down with a microphone and a piano or a microphone and a guitar and sings you and tells you a story. It's very powerful. It wouldn't be quite as easy with a set of drums or a banjo or something, but again, it can be done. It can be done a cappella. But yeah, so I'll point that out. That's beautiful. Oh, and real quick, just an FYI or a fun fact, the sun, God's son, that is surrounded by the 12 signs of the zodiac that is cut into 4 sections on a cross, and the sun's in the middle. Whichever solstice is you telling time and stuff, but that is not a fairy tale. I mean, I know it comes from a fairy tale, but so every day, if you watch the same spot in your yard all year long, you'll see that the sun comes up in different places. You know, the days get longer, the nights get shorter. That's why we change the time. Some people do, and this comes from the fact that the sun all summer long, when it comes up, every day it gets a little shorter, and the sun will come up and go down in a smaller portion of the sky till you get to December 22nd. The 222 in there, I think that's what it's referring to. And December 22nd, God's sun dies in a way. It gets to the lowest point of the horizon it will ever reach. And for 3 days, it stays in that same spot. It does not move. And after 3 days, it starts resurrecting back, and the days start getting longer and longer until you get to spring, Easter. Just thought I'd put that out there.
And my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mum, they'll be drinking white wine in the sun. Don't go in for ancient wisdom. I don't believe just 'cause ideas are tenacious, it means that they're worthy. I get freaked out by churches. Some of the hymns that they sing have nice chords, but the lyrics are dodgy. And yes, I have all of the usual objections to the miseducation of children who in tax-exempt institutions are taught to externalize blame and to feel ashamed and to judge things as plain right or wrong. But I quite like the song.
Turn your volume down a little. I love his consonants. Perfect consonants, perfect diction. We're going to let it finish out.
The old combination of socks, jocks, and chocolates is just fine by me. 'Cause I'll be seeing my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mum. They'll be drinking white wine in the sun. I'll be seeing my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mom.
Love the way he says gran and my mom, grandmom.
In the sun.
And Jennifer was drinking white wine last night. First time forever. Hangover today, Jen.
Infant daughter, you'll be handed round the room like a puppy at a primary school, and you won't understand, but you will learn someday that wherever you are and whatever you face, these are the people who make you feel safe in this world. My sweet blue-eyed girl, and if my baby girl, when you're 21 or 31 and Christmas comes around and you find yourself 9,000 miles from home, you'll know whatever comes. Your brothers and sisters and me and your mom will be waiting for you in the sun whenever you come. Your brothers and sisters, your aunts and your uncles, your grandparents, cousins, and me and your mom. you in the sun, drinking white wine in the sun. Darling, when Christmas comes, we'll be waiting for you in the sun, drinking white wine in the sun, waiting for you in the sun, waiting for you.
Yeah.
I really like Christmas. It's sentimental, I know.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
Try to catch him. Yeah, I seen your mom motioning you. Tell your mother I say hello. Merry Christmas. And I will say that his consonants are great. I forgot to point that out earlier. His diction, I mean, the way he lands on his consonants, the way he starts with his diphthongs, his vowels, I mean, everything about the man's diction is great. And he's a great singer and musician.
Agreed. I kept thinking Elton John listening to this. Just the way some of the vocal patterns are and some of his vocalizations. I wonder if that's Elton John would be an influence of his. I want to
He was a
bookend.
piano man, so I mean, I imagine anybody
That's
plays
Billy
piano.
Joel. Billy Joel's a piano man.
Oh, okay.
Elton John's the rocket man. Billy Joel's a piano man. I think but I want to bookend this because in the beginning you mentioned the similarity to Maynard in his vocal tone. Also, the way he will linger on M's and N's reminds me a lot of Maynard. Like it won't be just a hmm, so it has that kind of soothing hum to it.
And mama, he makes sure he accentuates it.
Yeah. So I've listened to me babble a lot. I will simply say that be that person that someone can feel safe with this Christmas. Be a source of warmth to those that you care about in the winter. And when I say family, blood on its own does not make family. Like I've known Danny for a year. We don't have any blood relation. I consider him family at this point. We will meet for the first time next year, and I think I'm looking forward to being able to shake his hand. And part of me hopes it's really cold. I've always been a winter guy, and I think that will be fun for us to hole up and do our thing in the wintertime with snow outside. But it's not going to happen here in New Orleans. Also, guys, in the comments, please let us know. What are your favorite Christmas songs? What are your favorite Christmas movies? What do you like to do on the holidays? And if you want some other kick-ass Christmas music, I highly recommend the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. My sister and I will be going to see them on the 29th. They have amazing music. It's Christmas music that rocks. That's good all year round. I can honestly see Tim doing a guest appearance on one of their albums. But this was very, very beautiful. Again, I love the humanity of it. It's something that sort of makes you reflect on things. And Tim is an amazing talent. So also, I'm putting you guys to work here in the comments, but you guys always love to leave long comments anyway. Let us know what other stuff from Tim you would like us to do, because he's really, really good, and I really enjoyed this. So, Danny?
Well, I have one comparison, one recommendation, and for Christmas songs as well, and then my bye. My bye-bye is whatever the hell you want to call it. The recommendation is Heart, the band, and Lane Staley, Ring Them Bells. There's a great documentary that is on this Custom Creator channel I know of. I will share it in the community post right now. And
Great story.
And it's a Christian lyric song written by Bob Dylan. But if you listen to it, it's not exactly upholding the institution part of Christianity. And the comparison would be, if you enjoy comedy and you enjoy music, Maynard I've already recommended, but the comedy part, Bill Hicks, this man reminds me a lot of Bill Hicks because, it checked me up a little bit. Bill Hicks had a very, rest in peace, Bill Hicks, he had a very funny way of saying things that was profound. It would make you think about real shit. That was really a problem. Bill Hicks was a great man.
Ahead of his
Very
time, I think.
underappreciated.
Yeah, taken far too soon.
So yeah, Tim Minchin, I will never forget your name again. And Jennifer, I hope you don't have too bad a hangover. OGL didn't know I was turning down the volume when I was talking earlier. Over he can't. He has his own control over his volume, so that's the one disadvantage of that. But the music wasn't blaring in their ears.
We didn't want to pause too much, otherwise this would have been a
Well, it's 42,
75-minute
right?
reaction, and poor Tim would have gotten lost in the tidal wave of our babbling.
Yeah, so we'll get out of here. Mental health is real. Land this right at 43 minutes.
Oh yeah. Hope you guys enjoy it. Have a great holiday season. Stay warm during the winter. Also, let us know what winters are like in Australia. Just curious on that one.
Hot
Oh,
as
yeah.
fuck. Merry Christmas, you bloody animals. Love you guys.
Merry Christmas and good day.
OGL.